Well, hello there, my fabulous Aries. Welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth. I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darling, is your bi-weekly intuitive reading for the time between the 21st of September and the 5th of October. We're going to look at this time period. We'll draw some cards to look at the last week of September, and then we'll draw some cards separately to look at the first week of October. Okay, my darlings, I've shuffled, I've meditated, and let me just tell you this, I have been singing all morning, so some songs might creep in to the reading, but you just have to go with it. That's the vibe that we're on. The energy is high. So let's get started with your reading. I've shuffled, I'll do a little bit more now. I've meditated, it was beautiful. And we'll get started in a second, okay? Okay, my dog, just as I was starting. Right, we've got some clarifiers coming out for you. Interesting time period. This card's significant. It's also got a message there. We'll look at those at the end of the reading. They'll be your outcome cards. This is the and I quote, this is the first card you need to see. So this is a very significant message for you for the month of, for this time period. Now, the card at the base of the reading is the King of Swords. Those people who are interested in learning more about the individual cards and the individual energies, it's good to find a tarot reader that you like, immerse yourselves in those readings, and look at what your own impressions are of the cards that you see. Okay, my darling, so we know that masculine energies are all about the actions that we take, okay? And we know that the sword energies are all about our thoughts, mind, clarity, consciousness, communication, awareness, okay? So this is saying we have to take action on what we now know, on what you now understand. And actually coming off the back of, or just coming out, we're just about to come out of whatever season it was, Virgo season. We're going to come out of that on the 23rd of this month. This is your astrology, you can see this below. We'll come out of that energy on the 23rd of the month, and actually this month so far in September has really been about our awareness, engaging with ourselves, engaging with our intuition, and now we're acting really on what we now know, what we now understand. Okay, this is the first message and it's very significant, and you need to see this card first. I cannot stress that. Wow. Okay, so look at that, Aries. So we start off here with the Ace of Pentacles. So this is really what this time period is looking like it's about for you guys. It's looking like it's about your manifested security, manifesting. All manifesting means, in a nutshell, is to bring about changes so the things that you've wanted to do, that you felt within you, now it's about putting them out in the world, letting us taking the actions to actually create the stability that you want, and the relationship that you want, or the job, the business, whatever it is you want, the education that you want. This is really an interesting and important time for you, Aries, because it's really about action, the things that you're going to do, and you should start building, putting the the things that you want to see out there in the world. You should start making those efforts now in this time period. Now, for those of you that have not watched the September astrology video, what is wrong with you? Get watching it, because actually that's exactly what I talk about, especially for this half of the month of September. I talk about how we've been panning for gold in during September so far, and wow, and now it's time to build on what we've learned. Wow. So we start off with this week of September that we're looking at. We start off with Wheel of Fortune, and we all know that this means change, not just change, but fortuitous change. We've got this one next. We'll look at the clarifier after that. Wow, we've got the Six of Cups, we've got the High Priestess, and we have got the, oh my gosh, Aries. A round of applause for you, my lovelies, because not all you have been paying attention. Listen, Key Wisdom viewers, you get the wisdom, you know, you get the truth from me, and actually those people that have been paying attention and doing their work universally, you will be feeling this energy. This is the energy that you're experiencing and what you want to do. You realize, I know what it is I want now. I know what it is I need. I know what it is I need to do. Not only do you know, you are going to do it. You're going to start doing it. And that means change. So it means, it suggests, doesn't it, that there's been some stagnancy. There's been some, we've been stuck. I don't really like to use that word, but that's the word that came to mind. You've been stuck maybe in that energy of Seven of Cups, in that energy of Temperance, where you want to move, but you don't know how to move, and you don't know when to move, and you're not sure what to do. Well, this is what's changing, and the universe is celebrating you in the final week of September. So we start off with the Wheel of Fortune, card number 10 in the Major Arcana. Again, another one, another ace, another beginning, and the 0 in the 10 is a portal, if you will. It's a doorway, an opportunity. So it's about the opportunities of new beginnings, as is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is not just like some sort of abstract idea. This is not just abstract idea. If it was Queen of Swords, it would be an idea. It would be awareness of, understanding of. But when we have the masculine energy plus the Ace of Pentacles plus the Wheel of Fortune, what we know is you are going to act. You are going to do. You are going to build. And not only are you going to act, you're going to do, you're going to build, but you're going to see the fruits of that labour. You're going to see the fruits of that labour. Now we've got here the Six of Cups. Interesting energy here, because this is, when we talk about the Six of Cups, usually we're looking back at the past. You know, sixes on the Tree of Life is a number of beauty. And by beauty, I always think about that means an appreciation of something. Recognizing the value of something, and in our emotional sense, that's what this is talking about. It's recognizing the value of our emotional body, of our intuitive body, of our emotional experiences and our intuitive experiences, and how they have been the things that have actually helped to move this wheel, actually helped to turn this wheel, and actually helped to bring about this good fortune, because you've become aware of yourself, as you should have done during Virgo season. That's exactly what Virgo season's about. If you don't believe me, check out the September astrology video. I'll link it at the end. But that's exactly, actually I probably won't. I'll do it, whatever. But that's exactly what you've been doing. You should have been engaging with yourself, and you have been. You should have been listening to your emotions and your intuition, and you have been. And you have responded to that, and now you understand what you need to do in order to not only bring about the changes and the things that you want to do, but actually have those changes manifested in your life so that you can see them and so other people can see them. We hearken back sometimes with this energy of the Six of Cups. Let's look at the clarifying card we have with it. We've got the Four of Pentacles. So we hearken back sometimes, and this is that feeling stuck. You know, you've previously felt stuck. You've previously felt I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what direction to go in. I'm not sure how I feel. I'm not sure what I want. You've previously felt like that. But actually now you recognize, that's what this tells us. But actually now you recognize, thank the universe for that time. Thank the universe for that time that I couldn't move. Then I wanted to do this 3 months ago. I wanted to do this last year. But thank the universe for making me sit this out, for making me pause, because I realize now this is what I need to do. I'm clearer. I've never been clearer about where I want to go, about what I want to do, and about what I have to do in order to manifest the types of magic that I want in my life, the types of blessings that I want to see in my life. So as I said, there's an appreciation of what you've been through. And, you know, it's a beautiful time as we enter Libra season, because we get that balance, we get that connection and that combination of divine masculine and divine feminine, which we see here. Divine masculine is about the actions that we take, and divine feminine is what we understand innately, the imprints that are experiences out in the world, our masculine side, the experience and the imprint that they leave on us, what we learn from them, the wisdom that we gain from them. So as I'm almost sort of repeating myself, because these cards are just supporting each other, and what it shows is that Aries, you've done good. Aries done good, you know. Aries done good. That's what this is telling us. It's saying Aries has done good. It's saying, yes, Aries, you've done well. You've been listening. You are making progress. What does this number mean? It means progress. It means steps. And that's what you've been taking. You've been taking steps. You've been making progress. And actually, look at that. We've got 1, 2, 3 here. And we've got 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah, so the progress is real. And the progress and the in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4. The progress that you've made, and the even though it's been, as you've felt at times, you've been stuck. What's happened now is that you are listening to both sides of you. That feeling of feeling stuck is the universe's way of giving you time to consolidate. The universe's way of giving you time to recognize your value, your worth, your truth, your reality. And that's what this High Priestess is suggesting of as well. So if you're not quite there yet as you watch this on these, 17th, 18th, 19th, if you're not quite there, just know that by the end of this month of September, you are in a space, or you're coming to a space where you can celebrate. You can say, do you know what, I've done well. The High Priestess linked to the moon card, so linked to our divine feminine. And as I said, understanding our wisdom, our intuition, our intuitive body. Sometimes we want to move and we want to go and we want to build, but our bodies won't allow us. We might have been ill, we might have been tired, we might have felt exhausted, we might have felt overworked in the past coming up to this time period. But what we know is that even though that's how your body felt, Four of Pentacles, even though that's how your body felt, stuck, unable to move, unable to do anything, what it's given you is an opportunity to engage with your intuition and your emotional self. And it's that time that you've had that's helped to turn this wheel, and that can help you to act now on the things that you want, know, understand. Now look at this card. This is the universe going, yes, queen, yes, you did it, yes, you've done so good. This is the universe celebrating you. Now when I was doing my sometimes I include Reiki in my healing intuitive readings, and I've not really been, I was thinking beforehand, I'm not really going to do that at this time. But when I was meditating, I did my Reiki meditation immediately before I turned on this video, and my third chakra was responding. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I mean, you need to know, yeah, the universe don't mess about. When the universe has got a message for you, which clearly, yes, Tiny, when the universe has got a message for you, which clearly it does, and Tiny's always an indicator of that as well, and that was an indicator of that, you're gonna get the message, yeah? So, listen, it ain't no bad thing. This is a Aries, man, I can't believe that just happened. Listen. When the universe wants you to get a message so that you're going to listen to it, so that you're going to be engaged with it, stuff like that happens, yeah? I don't know how that happened. I didn't touch anything. That just flew. The camera just flew out of its holding, which is crazy. Anyway, my third chakra. The third chakra is about your self-actualization, your self-expression, your, yes, your creativity, but your ability to feel comfortable out in the world, which means letting people see you. And that chakra was responding when I was preparing for your reading, when I was doing the Reiki. So for you guys, even when you're watching this, you might notice in that area, in your stomach, if you're getting butterflies in your stomach and things like that, you might notice that. And that is the universe's way of saying, giving you that, it's like a Kundalini awakening almost. You sort of, again, awakening to your intuitive body, to your emotional body, and the universe is celebrating that with you, okay, with this Three of Cups energy. There's things that you want to celebrate, there's things that need to be celebrated, and wow, the universe, has really, really made that clear in this reading. Okay, wow, I'm gonna have to put a timestamp on that stuff. That was crazy. Okay, so we now moving into, don't forget, these are your clarifying cards, and I will know instinctually when these cards need to be included in your reading, so don't worry. Okay, so we next have, we're going into October, so we've got a clarifier here, so we'll look at that in a second. We start off with the Hermit energy, which is, as I said, the energy that we're in currently, or that I'm in currently as I'm filming this video. It's still Virgo season. Okay, I was going to say there's a card for that. There's a card for this as well. We've got the Emperor. We've got the another six, the Six of Swords, and we've got the Tower. Okay, so we know that change is coming. We know that change is coming. We know that change is something that you're going to implement over this time period. And we know that not only are you going to implement things, do things differently with your actions, we're actually going to see some results of that in October. Now, interestingly, I mean, I love October. I'm just going to have a drink of water. I love October. Excuse me, I love autumn. It's my favourite time of year. I am an earth sign. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but I love this time of year. And this energy is really, for some reason, it's making me think of that time of year right now. It's making me think of those warm nights when we have to put on our extra layers, and we have to, if you're in the southern hemisphere, extra layers and the log fires and the crisp mornings. It's making me think of that comfort. This is what I'm getting with this energy. It's comfort. And it might be because, I've not looked at this yet, but it might be because of the change. You're comforted by the changes that you're making and by the things that you're doing. With the Hermit energy, when I talk about the major arcanas during the season, so on my Instagram, you'll see the post, on my Facebook, you'll see the post, you can still see it now. I say about the Hermit energy, let your inner wisdom be your guiding light. And what's happening right now is that you are recognizing that this is what is helping you, that it is something that you're listening to. And we've got the Moon card here. We've got the Moon card here. So we know with the Moon card, again, linked to our intuition. Again, I mean, this is number 18. So we've got 1 and 8. So it adds up to a number 9, which is the same number as that. Number 9 and number 9. So we know when number 9's repeating, it means that there's action, activity, there's changes, there's things that are that you're discussing and that you're talking about, and that just might be with yourself. That just might be you are being reflective, you are being self-aware, you are meditating is to actively engage. Okay, so when we meditate, we consciously we reflect, we consider, we think over, so we actively engage with that. So it looks like, I feel that energy because you're comforted by it. It feels like, for me, you are comforted by this intuition now. You're comforted by recognizing that it's there, by listening to it, and by being led a little bit more, not sort of out of, not in a balanced way, So it's Libra season, we're balanced. And this is what I'm feeling for you. I feel like it's balanced. I feel like the divine masculine and divine feminine, so your actions and activities out in the world, and your emotional responses, intuitive responses, your emotional wisdom, I feel like those two things are in place and are in balance, so that you're actually making progress, and you've got stability. Number 4, you've got that stability because you're listening to both sides of self. Now, we have this Moon card, so this is suggestive of there's more to come from you. There's more ideas, there's more things to come from beneath the surface to within your consciousness, which is actually going to help you to bring about the changes that you want. We have this is the thing. I'm comforted by this. I feel warmth in these energies here. We might not always necessarily say that when we look at the strict meanings of the cards, but I don't listen to those. I'm connecting with the energy that I'm picking up, and for you, as I said, I'm very comforted by the wisdom. Some of you this is like being happy to be alone, being happy to be listening to yourself, being happy to be in meditation or in reflection. And because you've learned an awful lot, this is what it's telling me. Whoa, there's some talk going to happen. Talk, conversation. This is you, obviously. This is Aries energy. This is your energy. There's talk. There's talk. There's a lot of talk. Don't ask me what that means. Talk, you know. There's a lot of talk that's coming up for you. A lot of talk. This is you, so this is your energy. Now, your energy is number 4. Number 4, the 4th house in astrology is our roots, our family, where we come from. So there's an understanding with the Emperor and with your sign, and there should be, of the impact of the impact of previous experiences, also the impact of the of accepted structures on your life. You understand those impacts now. This is what this is telling us. You understand those impacts, Aries, or you should now, because of this season, because of Virgo season. There's a sense of stability, a practical stability as well. So not just, as I said, this is not just in an abstract way. This is in a concrete way. You'll feel differently. You'll behave differently. You'll act differently. But you're confident. We've got a lot of energies, actually. This is also clarifying the the tower. This is the 7 of wands. Now, wand energy is your life force, your energy, your ki, your chi. And this is the energy that there's no backing down. There's no backing down with this energy. So number 7s are a number of mystery. And what we mean by that is we ask why. Why do I want something? Why do I feel something? Why do I understand something? Why do I see things this way? In this energy, this is understanding why you feel the way you do. And how you feel is that you are confident in your stance, whatever that may be. And as I said, you're manifesting something, you're creating something, you're changing your actions, you're doing something because of the wisdom that you've learned and gained throughout the course of 2019. So there's a real, I'm moving this because this is the tower, there's a real steadfastness, there's a real sense of, yes, security, but also it's external in a way. It's externalized. So as I said, not just the feminine aspect, but also the masculine aspect. This confidence is externalized. People can see it. People can see that you mean business. You can see that you mean business. Your voice sounds different. You talk with more authority about the things that you care about, the changes that you want to make, the things that you want to bring into your life. If this is a relationship, I mean, I don't really talk about love generally in these readings because I've done your love reading for September, and obviously I'll do a love reading for October as well. But this is about relationships. This could be a new beginning in your relationship, or a new relationship completely. There's a change coming for you, but it's one of your design, almost your design working in conjunction with the universe. So you are in the upper hand, if that makes sense. You're in the right, you're doing the right thing, you're listening, you're responding, and that's what you should be doing. We have this energy next of the 6 of swords, as I said, another 6. No, 6 of sword energy again, or sword energy, our thoughts, mind, clarity, consciousness, communication. Excuse me. And we have this energy here with us, as again, the 6 about appreciation of the difficulties, of the challenges, potentially of the betrayals that you've been through. This is past, so this is this year, but it's past. The things that the trials, the tribulations, the stresses, the strains, it's past now. Or you should feel that passing as we enter into October. You should feel that passing, and you, as I said again, in that balance, that strength, that stability. Number 6s are always about balance and linked to love. We know about what we mean also by love is self-love, self-appreciation, self-esteem, feeling good about yourself. And this is in your mind, so you're thinking more clearly, you're moving on from any sort of the feelings that you felt previously, which was you felt stuck in a relationship, in a job, in a situation, you felt stuck. That's not how you feel anymore. And you're moving on, you're moving forward, and you're moving on and moving forward into one of my favorite cards in the deck, the Tower moment. Now, this is something that scares people. It scares people. It doesn't scare me. And I'll tell you why it doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me because it's a blessing in disguise. Now, I had my experience of Tower. Now, I wasn't even reading Tarot at that time. I was still a teacher, and I was driving to an appointment because I used to, at the end of my teaching career, I was working with kids with special educational needs, or kids who medical needs, they couldn't attend school. So I would drive to their property, and I was driving to, there's this point here. I was driving to the property to do a lesson, an English lesson for this pupil. And I was driving, and in my head, as clear as a bell, I heard the words green flag. Now, green flag is a car breakdown service. And I don't know why it came into my head. Anyway, it came into my head, and I said to the universe, thank you, universe. And then I just carried on driving. Anyway, I get to the property, and the pupil, she is unwell. She's very unwell. Her dad said she can't have the lesson today. I'm really sorry, Ruth. I said, no worries. I get back in my car and I start driving. And I get to I still cannot believe that I did this. I get to the traffic lights, there's a car in front of me, and I crashed into the back. And I hit the back of the car. Now, no damage, no injuries. He was very polite. I was in shock that I'd done this. And I realised green flag. And I had the next day off work, and I was thinking, you know what had happened is I was so comfortable in that job, but I was not happy. And it took that moment for me to be shaken out of my delusion almost. Like, yeah, this job's good, but it's not my love. It's not what I want to do. And so ever since that day, and this is about 3 years ago now, ever since that day, I thank the universe and say, when I see this card, because what we do with the Tower is we build a house for ourselves, a relationship for ourselves, a life for ourselves, that we're comfortable in that but it's a delusion or an illusion that we create. We think that it's what we need. We think that it's what we want. We put everything into it. But actually, it takes a moment like this, a bolt from the blue. It takes the universe's intervention, like hopefully no one will crash their car. That was one of my Tower moments, one of my many actually. But it took that moment for me and it takes this moment for you to realise, wow, I was not happy in that situation. I am not happy in this situation. There's been others. I mean, another example was, meeting somebody and instantly falling for that person, hook, line, and listen, mate, you could not tell me nothing. It was like, boom. I mean, it was intense. It was beautiful. It was amazing. And it's what I needed, because it was there was 3 Tower moments, and that was the first one, the car crash. There was one in the middle, and then this meeting him. And then it took those 3 Tower moments within a month of my 3rd Tower moment. I'd left my teaching job and I was working for myself, doing Key Wisdom Tarot. So I tell you, it is a blessing, because it is a blessing. Okay, there's a clarifying card that comes out with the Tower, and it's this one here. And we've got the Queen of Cups. So what did I say to you? I said to you that here, if we had the Queen, we'd understand what we needed, what we wanted. We'd understand how we feel, but we wouldn't act on it. That's what you're doing. For some of you, like, look, change is coming through. But listen, when we have Major Arcana, Wheel of Fortune, when we have the Ace of Pentacles, this is like the universe saying, listen, it is time. It's time to move. It's time to change. It's time to grow. You know that. You feel that instinctively, intuitively, that's the word. In your emotions, you feel that. However, some of you, it's timely. That's what this is. It's timely. It's time that you start to manifest these changes and to bring those changes forward for yourself, okay? It's time for those things to happen. So we've got that's what this suggests. So Queen of Cups is about, as I said, our understanding, our emotional, intuitive bodies, what we understand. And That's basically what it is. It's about that inner wisdom. And this is you understanding that when this tower moment hits, just like it was for me, when it hit for me, I understood it was time. I understood. Thank you, universe, for allowing me to crash my car. As I said, nothing happened. There was no damage on his or mine. I literally rolled into it, but I thought I'd had the brake on. But even in that moment, when I got home, because I started to drive home, when I got home, I was like this. I 100% understood the necessity of that happening, because it was literally from that day that I was like, I'm so comfortable in this job. I'm getting paid a reasonable amount of money. I've got my own diary. I'm actually helping the kids that need my my skills and what I'm good at as an English teacher. I was in this tower and I was like, do you know what? I'm chilling here. I can do this job for years, and I could have, but I needed those things to happen in order for me to start to make the changes that were necessary and to manifest the changes that were necessary. And I totally understood in those moments that they were necessary. And so will you. Whatever this sudden change, sudden shift happens, which is a tower moment, whatever it is, you understand that it's necessary and needed and right for you. Okay, so we've got these two. See, because what comes, we have opportunity with the three. We've got another three. I told you about the number threes. The camera's told us about the number three. The universe has told us about the number three. Wow, that was crazy. We've got this number three energy here. So we are looking forward to our opportunities. This is after we've been dragging the ship over your shoulder to get it to the shore line. Now the ship is there. Now you have arrived, and now you can, no matter how hard it was, no matter how difficult it was, no matter how challenging it's been this year, now the opportunity for your self-actualization, for you being you in the world, and for people seeing that, for that to be manifested, the joy, the security, the comfort that brings you, now that is what we have engineered for ourselves, what you have engineered for yourself. Now there's this energy here of the Seven of Swords, another seven. So remember, sevens are numbers of mystery, so not understanding. Why do I think this? Why do they say this? Why do I want to say this? Why do I think that way? Why is that my perspective? So sometimes it can indicate and talk about people's people being manipulative or whatever. But we look at you in this reading, and this for me is, I'm feeling like there's some refusal to look at your blessings. There's refusal to look at the things that, I mean, this is a blessing, the tower. And for some of you, there's a refusal almost to, well, there isn't, do you know what it is? It's like, you know it. You already know that you want to change jobs, you want to change whatever it is for you as an individual. You want to change careers, you want to be in a relationship. You already know this. And it's as if the universe sort of helps to really clearly illustrate that this change is necessary and what's needed in this change, and even might plonk something or someone, an opportunity or something into your life to just drive that message home. And some of you will go through this energy of, is this right? Is this what I want to be doing? Is this really what I want? Yeah, I said I wanted to get married, but do I really? And I said I wanted to be in this relationship, but do I really? And I said I wanted to have my own business, but now the opportunity's here. Do I really? Like, that's what this is. It's those type of questions. This is what you do not do. I mean, we all do it. That's why the Seven of Swords exists as an archetype. Because this is something that we all do to ourselves all the time. And you might do that. But the thing is, you know better because you've already learned. And even though your mind might tell you one thing, I won't sing the song that came to mind then because it's by him and we don't want to talk about him on here. The song that came to mind, even though we do this and we deny it and we say, oh, I don't know, and we question it, you still see the opportunity, you still recognize the value, and you still recognize that change is necessary. because you feel it. And as I said, even though your conscious mind is doing one thing, your emotional and intuitive body is doing another, and you are hearing and listening to both. And really, you will be led by your inner wisdom. You will be led by your intuition as you move forward, because that, as you understand now, is the thing that got you here in the first place. Okay, my darling, I hope you like that reading. I literally cannot believe that we had that crazy moment within that reading. I'm just going to do a thumbnail quickly. I cannot believe that happened. Can you believe that happened? I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so fun for me to watch. But that was amazing. That was brilliant to watch that happened, because the universe, as I said, if the universe has got a message for you, the universe ain't messing about. Yeah, the universe ain't messing about with this stuff. The universe comes and says, listen, I've got a message for you, and you're going to hear this message. And Aries, did you hear that message loud and clear? Because that was a right message. My darlings, I hope you like this reading. Please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah, give it a share, give it a subscribe. You can follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook. As I said, for those major arcanas, I do those every month for the sun signs. So I'll be doing Libras very soon. Check out the astrology video. I'll post a link below, as well as Key Wisdom playlist for everything: mindfulness, meditation, Reiki and tarot, and extra little, as I said, bits and snippets about each of the individual energies of the cards. My lovelies, I'll be back with you in the beginning of October with your October love readings. Thank you so much for being here. Take care, my darlings. Bye.